the backs of our hands together. It's still wet, so the ink should transfer. Meet me at the side door. We'll sneak on through the main floor. All night, let's take a shot. Keep moving and we won't get caught. Take the long way home. Tonight we're free to roam. Everything's gonna be alright. Just let go.
Yo. Now that the vague introduction from last time has gotten everyone on their toes, we can get into the real content, making the game. Here's the main town of this game, Saura, though it's looking a little barren. Hang on just a moment while I throw down a few more buildings to really give this place the life it needs. That's more like it. Already looking more full than it was before. Actually, maybe a little too full. Anyone want to take a wild guess how many houses there are here? If you guessed 86, you'd be right. And if you guessed 17, like my original estimate, everyone else has my permission to laugh at you. Obviously, I'm joking. Please don't bully each other. You shouldn't do that. Now, of course, the town isn't actually done. The big building stretched in the corner and some of the other buildings aren't actually here nor done. They've still got to be placed down. So that's what I'll do. Place them down. But in order to do that, we gotta make them first. So, to start off, I'll be creating the chapel, whilst feeding you all with some lore regarding the chapel itself, as well as the deity worshipped within. Agrala, the goddess of agriculture. Agrala, otherwise referred to as the Amber Keeper, is a goddess who keeps track of all agriculture and plant life. She created her portion of the realms, the garden, with the plan to create life and allow it to flourish. She forms little seeds and sprouts in her hands from the earth around her, and watches them grow, giving them life and warmth. Then, when her experiments prove successful, she blows the seeds along a passing breeze to be taken to the realm of mortals, wherein the seeds embed themselves in the soil of farmers' fields, growing under the nourishing care and watch of both the farmers and Agrala herself. Thus, she is often depicted in a variety of ways. One such way is a glimmering golden amber eye, watching over a small field. The eye watches the fields beneath, ensuring that they get enough of her nourishing glow in order to sprout and blossom lavishly. Another depiction involves her releasing nutrient-filled water and seeds upon a farm field, with her worshippers bowing down beneath in praise, symbolizing their thankfulness and gratitude for her various blessings to them. These depictions, as well as a future third one that I will be adding later on, are all in the form of stained glass windows, which will be placed on the sides of the church. And just like that, I have the church model mostly done, at least as a baseline. But, of course, I still have more to work on, so there's more to come yet. Also, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the wooden part here. The roof doesn't exactly press in, so it doesn't seem like it fits. Yeah, I like this better. Feels more natural. But the church itself still feels kind of barren, so there we go. Now we got something to keep the walls nice and sturdy. But don't think I've forgotten about the windows. These things are vital for this depiction of a church-like building. It's almost something of a way for the townsfolk to have expressed their devotion by depicting the greatness of their chosen deity. Okay, and now we've got this part done too. The window is textured, now we can just put it all across the church. Here, copy, paste, move, reorient, and done. While the inside still needs some work, I'd say this looks pretty good. The furniture will all be done another time, probably for the next devlog if I had to pick a time. Now all we need to do is export and... huh? What? Why? Okay, finally it works. I had to do some Blender magic with, solidify modifiers and all that. Don't worry about this, you're not gonna see up there anyway. Now, the last thing I want to go over in this video is the code. I've done a fair amount of work to ensure the code in this works. I've watched YouTube tutorials, Stack Overflow discussions, I've read the Unity documentation, I've gone to the Unity forums. You get the point. Now, I'll keep it brief so as to ensure that all the information you need is kept nice and simple, and also to avoid over-explaining things. To start, we have the player controller. Some of this I've manually edited myself, such as the stamina system. However, lots of this was from the Bracky's first-person shooter tutorial video, and so a lot of this, if you've seen that video, you may recognize. Same with mouse look. Again, Bracky's. I will link the video in the description for any of you who also want to figure out how to, do simple controller like this. Global functions. I haven't really done anything with this. I was mostly just messing around with creating a namespace and a class that did not derive from monobehavior. This doesn't do anything at all, so we can just go past it. Geometry culling. This is something that I learned about specifically on the... Unity forums. This is something that I learned on the Unity forums. Where the simple way to put it anyways is it'll cull certain objects the further that they are from your camera. Culling, basically, to explain that simply, is where you take your screen space. We'll use frustum culling as an example. Frustum. Is it frustum or frustum? We'll use frustum culling as an example where your camera, your view space, is a frustum. It's a conical-ish shape, but it's square. What frustum culling is anything that is inside of the screen space is rendered, regardless of whether or not it's out of view, or like behind a wall or something. Anything that is not inside of it will simply just not be rendered. This is the door rotate script. This took me a little while to figure out, but the simplest way to put it is that this is what ensures that the doors are able to turn whenever you open and close them. You have... I hate this word. I cannot tell you how much I dislike this word. Quaternions. By using lerping, I'm able to essentially open and close the doors at a fixed rate or fixed speed, and they will always open relative to the rotation and axis that their parent object is, the parent being the building they're attached to. Interactions, you can see this one's quite long. This is also attached to the player camera, and this essentially using a box collider that I've added to it, which I know you can use raycasts, but I'm using box colliders because it's a lot simpler to do than raycasts in my experience, though I might switch to raycasts if I find too many problems with it. Now, what it does is it essentially allows the camera to interact with things, so door, NPC, don't worry about these names, and item, door, NPC, item, etc. You have all of this stuff, and it's pretty simple, really. It makes sure that you're interacting, and then when you hit the E key, it'll check, what you're actually doing. Simple enough. NPC master. This is essentially what the interaction script talks to in order for that to talk to everything else. Now, NPC master, it has obviously the function here. I have a bunch of buttons that attach themselves to this, and depending on the name of the button, it'll give you a specific set of things. So obviously it'll send a message directly to one of the scripts that are up here. We'll look at Pale-Eyed first. You have a variety of options, and you have a variety of dialogue. This is a lot of dialogue that I wrote all of this dialogue. It is subject to change, but So basically it gives you a switch case for this section, which I don't know if I'm going to keep the sections, but it gives you a switch case for that, and then a switch case for interactions, which will essentially decide what shows up based on what dialogue option you select. And then same thing for Mayor Ayala. It has very similar things, very similar, I guess the same way of controlling the dialogue, but different dialogue because it's a different character. And so, dear friends and viewers alike, we have reached the end of this video. I do surely hope that you enjoyed this one. I have gotten plenty of progress done already, and I only continue to get more and more progress done as development continues. Obviously. The next devlog might not be out for about 2 weeks or so, because I have a lot more that I want to get done for the next one. I want to make it even longer, but regardless of that, I hope you all enjoyed, and once again, see you in the next one.